Welcome to another thrifting video. Today we're in Minehead as we've been staying at Butlins. I have recently did a video of the accommodation which you can click above to see, and we walked into Minehead town and we started at the far end on charity shops and we walked back towards Butlins. So this is the first one, which is Age UK. Just start with whatever I can get to first. These shops were all very busy, which is great to see, and I'm just looking for the odd bits and pieces that could fit in our luggage to bring home, trying to avoid the bric-a-brac today really. So just looking at shirts for my husband. The prices are pretty standard charity shop prices in here, £4-5 for a shirt. I visit 6 charity shops today. I don't think that's all the charity shops in Minehead, but that is the ones I came to. That's on the main high street in the town. I didn't want to dilly-dally searching around for them because we have my son to entertain at the same time. I'm just here looking for clothes for him. There's mostly girls' clothes here or boys' clothes that are just not his size. And a quick mooch to see if there's anything for him to play with now to keep him entertained. Not really. There's a mixture of clothing, a bit of everything there. And I always look through textiles. There's a couple of things on my dream thrift wish list that I keep an eye out for and I would have brought home. If you have a Yorkie Terrier, these cushions are quite cute. Someone obviously loved their Yorkies. But yeah, I find those fleecy type of blankets quite good for putting in innards in patchwork quilts to quilt with. Give them a wash first, but they work very well. I am having a look at the bric-a-brac. You never know what you're going to find. The spoons look quite interesting. Although plastic, I'm trying to replace my plastic utensils in the kitchen. This spoon rest looks quite nice. It would semi-go in our kitchen for $1.99, but I'm thinking I might try and make my own. But yeah, if I can find a spoon rest nearer home, I will take it home just to use as a reference point for making my own. Again, looking through the textiles. Those pastel bed sheets scream 90s. It'd be quite cool to make some clothing or something out of that, but I did leave it. I think it was £5. Very nostalgic 90s. I'm having a quick scout through the clothes as I'm walking past, and I'll go through the dresses. I have an awful lot of clothes, so unless I find something very special, I'm not really going to pick it up and buy it. It has to fit a certain criteria in my head. I'm trying to thrift more natural fibres, so it needs to be cotton or linen and that sort of thing, and I search a certain palette. I am going to do a wardrobe clear out, closet clear out soon, so hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks I'll have that uploaded. so you can see what kind of clothes I thrift and what I style, but I need to make space in my wardrobe for my dream pieces. So moving on to shop 2, which is just next door at Council Research UK. Again, I'm going to start with the men's shirts. They're directly in front of me and there's no one else there at this size second. Oh, I had to go back on this shirt. It's labelled Christian Dior, 100% silk, and it was £5.50 I believe. But it's a very vintage style. Having got home later, I went on eBay and I saw that vintage Christian Dior shirts in silk were going for around £60. So if I was a reseller, I might have grabbed that one to resell. But this shop was very good for clothing. I do love it when they colour organise and size organise things. I believe most of the charity shops in the UK are actually quite organised. Again, I'm having a quick mooch through. There's not much in the colour palette I look for. I tend to look for oranges, browns and blacks. I'm currently on a kind of weight loss journey, and as I'm sizing down on my clothes, I'm swapping to fibres I enjoy and styles I enjoy, because I have more choice and more range now, but that is something I'll talk about in a future video a bit more. I have spotted a handbag up here. It's genuine leather and I believe the label inside said M&S, so it's a Marks and Spencer's satchel. I was very, very tempted by this and I do regret not buying it now. It was only £5 and I think it was kind of a classic that wouldn't age or go out of style, and it was a good size. I don't know why I didn't buy it. I haven't seen something like it since. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find something soon. Quick flick through the kids' items, but they're all much bigger kids' stuff. Got lots of physical media in here. I think a lot of people are getting back into their physical media and thrifting it, which I think is great, because I think the big companies are getting greedy, the streaming companies, and it is hard to find what you want when you want, and without paying extra on top of any subscriptions you already have. Now, I don't really watch TV, I watch YouTube. This bedding I thought was adorable. It was £3 for a single duvet cover. It was like a woodland theme. It looked like it had been barely used, if used at all. And we're going on to shop number 3, which is British Heart Foundation. Having a quick scout through the dresses. This one's caught my eye. It's a deep orange colour, red colour. I don't think it's more orange than red, but it is a maxi dress, which I probably wouldn't wear too much, and it was £7, so I passed on that one today. Heading over to the bric-a-brac. I keep my camera low because I don't want to record people as much as possible, and all these shops were very busy. My eye is drawn over to the left with those nostalgic 90s geese little hooks, if you can spot it. Wouldn't go in my kitchen, but is very cute. Are they ducks or the geese? They're geese, aren't they? White geese. Well, not much luck in this shop. We'll head on over to shop number 4, which is the British Red Cross. The first thing I was attracted to was all the textiles. This was all brand new. It was designer as well, I think. I think all this might have been Habitat. I can't remember the brands now. But there was obviously a huge donation, and all these were natural fibres, really nice soft pastels. I'm not showing you, I was too excited to look at them. But the prices reflected the designer, the natural fibres, and the nice patterns. So I didn't pick up any, even though there was absolute gorgeous designs and I could have made all sorts of things with them, but I think I could have bought by the meter cheaper, so I left it. This lace table runner was also really pretty, but just wouldn't get used in our house, and I couldn't think of what else I could make with it. I think out of all the charity shops in Minehead, this one had me the least inspired. And I couldn't tell you why. There was lots of stuff in there. When you go thrifting, what do you look for? Do you look for different things every time? Do you have a thrift dream wish list? I have one. I think I might link it below for my Pinterest boards if you want to have a nose at the kind of things I look for. How often do you go thrifting? Because I go thrifting at least once a week. I get an itch. Someone explained on TikTok that it's like the woman's scavenger, like genetics from being cavemen. Like we want to scavenge and find things, and thrifting is that for me. It's finding things and bringing it home. Foraging, that's the word, foraging. It's foraging, and I do it quite a lot. On to shop number 5, which is the only shop on the opposite side of the road, St. Margaret's Hospice. Now, before I even went into this shop, something caught my eye. In the window, they had some fake fruit, which I am keeping an eye out for my kitchen, but this looked like it was display only, so I left it there. They had some brand new sealed makeup. I'm not a makeup girly, so I didn't have any interest in it. I believe it was the Technica brand, so not great, I don't believe. I had a quick mooch through the dresses. You never know. And moving on to the kids' toys, I instantly spot this Melissa and Doug sound puzzle. Now these normally retail between £10 and £15 brand new, and they had it for £3, so it was an instant yes. The pieces make noises to what the puzzle pieces are. My son really enjoys them, is really motivated to do these puzzles, so it was an instant yes, I'm buying that and taking that home. And now quickly looking around the rest of the shop. Again, I'm going through the textiles. I am obsessed. I have a few projects I want to do, so I'm looking for fabric for things like making a kitchen blind, some cushion covers, bits like that. Having a look at the rest of the items in here. a bit excited about my puzzle find because I have never seen the tool one either. So I'm a bit distracted at all the other stuff in this shop now because I've got my dopamine fix. And yeah. The metal dolphins look quite good, and I love the old style baking bowl, which I believe I've just picked off the shelf. Yeah, I think they wanted £8 for it, which is probably fair because they are very sought after these days. And then last look on the back shelf before going to the till to pay, and then on to shop number 6, which is the last destination, and that is, I believe, a charity called Brainwave. I wonder if you can guess where I'm heading straight for in this shop. Did you guess it? I'm heading straight for the textiles. But nothing of interesting here for textiles wise. I'm having a look at the bric-a-brac, even though it wouldn't be sensible to put on our luggage to bring home. And considering by the seaside, I didn't see that many seaside themed items. I thought there would be more. Especially like that early noughties period where everyone seemed to have a seaside themed bathroom. Yeah, this is a brand new duvet cover, but I wouldn't use those colours. The kids' sandals seemed quite worn. I have a quick mooch through the little boys' clothes. But nothing of interest. And there is a Punch and Judy there, so that is on theme for the seaside. A quick look through to see if there's anything my son can play with, but there's nothing sensible there. Let me know if you have thrifted anything awesome lately. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to get more thrifting content. Although my channel differs, I do like to do some crafting and gardening as well. Who else loves Jonathan Creek? I like to give it a couple of years and rewatch them, give myself a chance to forget the whodunit is and rewatch them. Hours of entertainment. Last mooch through the clothing. I'm heading over to the dresses. I don't think I've ever come across a dress I've previously owned or thrifted before, which I think is insane. That is it for my Minehead thrifting adventure. I do have other thrifting videos on my channel. I will link my Worcestershire one above if you want to check that out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.